Hello, hello, hello. This is Attorney Mike Gravel coming to you from Chicago as usual, and I got some good clips. Let's do this thing, shall we?
Tell me he was doing something really important.
Judge?
Repelling attacks from foreign enemies or doing something like that. There's no way he would ignore a court like this. He's been playing with me. I'm not appreciative of it. He's been gone here for a year and a half, 15 months. Let me hear it. I can't wait.
So,
Pleas
Judge,
are accepted. Go ahead.
And go ahead and call the case.
Oh, we just got to Judge McNally recently, but he has a treasure trove. I think Mikhail got that one for me too. Thank you. I took most of this stuff out of Discord, although not this one. This one I happened upon myself. We have an appellate case out of Vermont. Don't worry. I shy away from appellate cases because they can be dry, but this one's short and it's funny. We've got a pro se appellant, and she just goes in hardcore with the my cousin Vinny defense. Let's watch this unfold.
Good morning, Your Honors. The matter before the court this morning is the case entitled Dorothy Arseth versus Kimberly Clark, docket number 21 AP 254. Appellant Kimberly Clark is self-represented and is appearing.
And yes, Kimberly Clark, this is actually her name. It's a huge corporation, and I was curious about that, but no, it's an individual, pro se.
By phone. Present with Kimberly Clark is Peter Johnke. Representing the appellee, Dorothy Arseth, is attorney Louise Koss.
Thank you very much, and good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ms. Clark. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. We can hear you fine, and you understand you have 5 minutes?
Yes, I know.
Okay, the clock will start now. Please go ahead.
I'm asking the court to remove the final order from civil division because none of this stuff happened. It was all hearsay. And I've been dealing with this for like 9 months now, and I'm just sick of it.
All right. Have you got anything more you want to say?
All right.
No, I just want all this to get removed because I am tired of this garbage. It's nonstop, and I can't deal with it anymore.
Okay, well, you have time left, and we can hear what the counsel for the appellee has to say, and then I'll turn back to you again. How's that sound?
Yeah, whatever's easier for you guys. I've never done this before.
Sure, yeah, no, I understand. We appreciate your participation. So we'll go to counsel for the appellee. Counsel, please start by
Thank you, Nigel.
Introducing yourself and identify your client, and then proceed.
good morning, Your Honors. I'm attorney Louise Koss. My client is Dorothy Arseth, and in this matter, I would just rely on my written brief. I believe it states everything necessary. Other than that, I would just ask if Your Honors have any questions for me.
Okay.
Thank you, Christopher.
All right. I don't see any hands, and no one is indicating they have a question. So.
Okay, so the reason why this strikes me as so funny is that appellate courts usually tend to be very dry and very formal. This procedure looks very familiar to me. I've handled a handful of appeals throughout my career, but she just didn't have anything together. So the attorney's like, "I'll just stand on my brief," which is not strange. It's not strange in an appellate case. But she's just like, she didn't make any sense. She didn't do what she needs to do. It's her. She's the one who brought the appeal. I mean, you got to start talking about the standard of review and what sort of mistake was made and all sorts of stuff that just clearly didn't happen. So, you know, it was wise. I'll just stand on my brief. Why are we talking about it?
So, thank you very much. We'll turn back to Ms. Clark. How much time does she have left, please?
Appellant has 4 minutes and 24 seconds remaining.
Oh, sweet Jesus. She's got 420 of the 5 allotted her. The one thing I will really say for her, she's pro se. She doesn't know what she's doing. She's at least aware of that. And she does not go on and on. She just says, I don't like the judgment. I want it gone. That's her argument. It's fine. There's no basis in law for that. But that's all she does.
All right. Did you hear that, Ms. Clark?
Yes, I did.
You got more than 4 minutes.
Okay.
Kitty.
Please go ahead and
So
tell us
sweet.
whatever you want.
I just want this whole thing removed because I'm not one of those ones that go beating people up on buses. It was just all lies. And I've been dealing with this since August last year, and I can't deal with it anymore. And I just want this whole thing removed. And she's constantly calling the police on me for nothing, and I'm just getting sick of it. It needs to go away.
We don't like to
final
see that,
order.
Andrew.
Okay. Anything else, ma'am?
I can't think of anything else. I just hope the court just removes all of this.
Thank you.
All right.
It should never have been granted in the first place. And the other side of parties don't have no proof.
The other side don't have no proof. I actually like her. Okay, she's failing because you have to assert some other things. But aside from that, she's clear on what she wants. She doesn't like. I think my guess is temporary restraining order or something that was granted against her. I don't know. All I've seen is this video. But since she doesn't actually know what she's doing or whatever, all she does is state what she wants, which I give her credit. And she says it a couple times and lets it go.
And the city buses have cameras and videos. And they look at the videos and cameras. There's nothing on there of me going after her.
Not an E.
Okay. If that's it, we'll call a conclusion to the hearing.
Everything that guy just said is bullshit.
If you haven't hit like and subscribe, I just want you to know that you're hurting Jack's feelings.
All right, this next defendant is presently out of state and had my blessing with the White Pigeon Village attorney to appear by Zoom with his counsel, Lucy DeHaan. The file number is 222249. It's entitled People versus Mark Miller. Is that you, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Where are you right now?
I am sitting in my vehicle at home.
Which is where?
My home address, 3910 North.
Just tell me the town.
Shipshawana.
I thought you were in California. Shipshawana, I would have had you be here. I guess I misunderstood.
Yeah, I'm looking back at the email, Your Honor, and I think the prosecutor, when he sent it, said out of state. So I apologize. I probably should have clarified exactly which state.
Well, I would have had him come here from Shipshawana, but
Sure.
we'll manage to resolve this. All right. The allegation is that on or about November 18th of 2022, you were operating a motor vehicle in the village of White Pigeon while you were under the influence of alcohol or operating while intoxicated.
Thank you.
It's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Prosecutor for the village of White Pigeon has agreed to reduce that to a charge of impaired driving. Impaired driving is a lesser included offense. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $300. So when these things are going to be applying to you here. Do you understand that if you do plead to this charge, you will be giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or a jury? There will be no trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
If you had a trial, you'd have the right to be represented by an attorney. You've retained Ms. DeHaan and her firm. You could have also asked to have had an attorney appointed to represent you. If you had a trial, you'd have the right to take the witness stand yourself and testify on your own behalf. But you have a right not to, because if you did not wish to testify, the judge or jury could not hold your silence against you. And you have the right to be presumed innocent if and until the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand?
Yes.
Were you driving a car in White Pigeon on November 18th?
Yes, I was.
Where were you going?
We were going to a friend's house.
Had you been drinking?
Yes.
What were you drinking?
Beer.
What kind?
This is where it gets fun.
Bush Light. Bud Light.
All right, I have a standing joke. Do you come from an Amish family?
Yes, I do.
The Amish kids all drink Bud Light. I don't know why that is, but overwhelmingly, the Amish kids drink Bud Light. All right, sir. Ms. DeHaan, was there a blood alcohol level?
There was, Your Honor. I believe I can pull up the lab report. Does the court want the amount?
Yes, please.
Okay. The lab report from Michigan State Police is 0.13.
All right. Will you accept that, Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Are you in Rumspringa right now?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So you're trying to decide whether you're going to join the church or not?
Correct.
Only in 3B.
Okay, well, let's set this for sentencing. You're going to have to be here live and in person for this. Ms. DeHaan, are you available on Monday, March 13th at 11?
Monday, March 13th.
Judge has more
Looks
Amish
like I
talk
am.
for us, by the way.
All right, Monday, March 13th at 11 a.m.
Don't worry.
You're going to need to be here earlier that morning, Mr. Miller. I will send you the notice for that. And I want you to
Agreed.
stay in contact with your lawyer. You'll come in and meet with the
That's taking it too
the
far, isn't
probation
it?
department at 9:30. They'll prepare the screening report. Your lawyer will meet you here in the courtroom at 11. We'll do the sentencing at that time. So this is a plea to impaired. All right. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right. You're free to go.
Your Honor, just one thing, if I just want to correct the record, because I was looking at the wrong number when I was looking at the lab report. It looks like it was a 0.143, so similar, but I wanted to make sure that was clear, that I
All
misspoke.
right.
Thank you.
All right. I've never even seen that printer working since Pat left. The blank screen. All right. You're both free to go.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alyssa. Here it comes.
Miller is a very common Amish name. In fact, it might be the most common Amish name. So you put Miller and Shipshawana in there, and that's a pretty good bet. Rumspringa is the period of time when young Amish men and women decide whether they're going to join the church, and they sometimes get themselves in trouble. I used to say all the Amish kids drank Bud Light and the Mexican kids drank Corona. The Mexican kids have branched out. The Amish kids all still drink Bud Light. Something I've learned from 42 years of being here, and Miller is a very common Amish name.
I feel personally attacked right now.
All right.
Yes, that was our friend Deborah. I didn't realize she was in the hearing the whole time. But thanks to Judge Middleton, Law Talk with Mike hopes to corner the Amish market in YouTube. I don't know if there's anything wrong with that theory.
Okay, so let's see what else I've got here.
Raise your right hand. Not you, Mr. Baker. I'm talking to Donnie Edwards. Miss Donnie Edwards, you swear affirm testimony you're about to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Miss Edwards, I don't know where in the world you're at, but you're going to have to be still.
All right. I took this. It was sent to me by Hector Salamanca's cam or whatever. I put a link to it in there and a link to the channel in the description. This is pretty good. This is pretty good. I know Judge Manning just gets so much, but this woman's on a bus and it's annoying.
You take yourself off mute, Ms. Edwards?
Is that it?
Yes. What are you on the bus? Are you on the bus, Ms. Edwards?
Yes, I'm here.
I don't know how you're going to be able to go forward riding on the bus.
Can you see me? Can you hear me?
But it doesn't look like you can hear me.
I can hear you, but I don't see you. Let's see what's going on here.
I don't need to see me, but we'll try this, ma'am. But if you can't do this on the bus, I don't know what we're going to do.
I can't see you.
Okay.
I see like 3 other people and her.
Miss Edwards.
I see 4 people.
Miss Edwards. Miss Edwards. I can't help you see me.
Oh, I see you now. There you
I need
are.
to know.
Now I lost you again. It's on the bus.
Miss Edwards, I cannot help you. You need to. I don't know if you're going to be able to go forward riding on the bus, Miss Edwards.
I see you right there.
It always is, Andrew.
But then when I click on it, I see other faces.
I can't do this today. Miss Free, I'm sorry, I can't. Today, I can't. Miss Deidre, I'm sorry, I can't. I can't.
I know. My son just got murdered. I'm not even on this type of time. I got a whole list of things that she's done to me and pulled guns on me. She's mine. I'm the one that should be afraid to be here right now. And she's a property manager.
Liar.
Miss Edwards, you
Yes.
get somewhere besides on a bus to do this hearing. I can't do this with you riding on the bus.
Okay, I'm with my client.
On the
And
bus?
this is her trip to the doctor. So that's why I'm on a bus. I actually do have a car. We are on our way back to her home.
Okay, she's a caregiver or something.
But that's going to be another maybe 10 minutes.
Miss Deidre has said that her son, and I'm so sorry, Miss Deidre, that her son has been murdered. And are you wanting to go forward, Miss Edwards?
Is anyone we can do this is for the permanent protection, right? Is anyone we can do a later today or later another date? Because I am on the bus and I can't really discuss everything. And Judge, when I first signed in at 9:30, the owner of the property texted me and told me she was there on the property, which the temporary protection order states that she's not supposed to be.
No, the police was here. The police was here.
Without a sheriff escort.
Is that
the police was here.
Now,
Amber,
around
can you get another date?
Yes, Your Honor. We'll
and she has violated it 3 or 4 times since she granted me the order. She's been back over there.
Miss Edwards, Miss Edwards, Miss Edwards,
Yes.
Miss
Yes.
Edwards. Listen, is it the 17th, Amber?
Yes, Your Honor. The 17th at 9:30.
All right. Miss Edwards,
Yes.
we're resetting this to the 17th at 9:30. Miss Deidre said her son was just murdered. She's got stuff she has to deal with. But, ma'am, you can't do this hearing riding on the bus. I mean, you can't.
Okay, 17th February is fine at 9:30.
Well, it's not fine for me because I got to go to Kansas City and bury my son.
Oh, God, Lord.
Your Honor, that
That's
took place
awful.
3 weeks ago.
Well, Miss Edwards, Miss Edwards, I mean, I understand y'all's situation may be serious, and I'm not one to tell Miss Johnson that it's 3 weeks and she needs to, strengthen up and move on. It was her son, Miss Edwards.
No, I'm saying she buried her son 3 weeks ago.
No, I did not. No, I did not.
That happened when she was still at the property.
Miss Edwards, Miss
Oh,
Edwards, Miss
good
Edwards,
Lord.
Miss Edwards. 17.
Okay, I can't really discuss anything.
I didn't even see it. I didn't watch it enough of it to see that part. She actually calls her out and says, no, she's going to argue with about when her son's funeral is. You just stay away from that. Even if she is lying about it, you just shut your mouth about that.
17.
People listening.
It's
But I have
17.
something to say in the
I'm
property
38.
owner.
Miss Edwards, Miss Edwards,
Yes.
the 17th at
That's
9:30.
fine with me.
and you cannot be riding on a bus. You're going to have to be somewhere in a building.
17th of February at 9:30 would be just fine.
You go ahead and leave the meeting. Ms. Deidre, can you write in the chat your email?
Yes.
Okay, if you place your email in the chat, Ms. Deidre, you can go ahead and leave, and I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Ms. Free. Okay, let's see. Yeah. All right, so we got Ms. Baker and we have, let's see, Mr. Baker.
And you come up here.
Okay, is this Mr. Deno or Deno?
Yes.
Okay, this one isn't great. You know, what can I say? It's Saturday. I just got sucked in on the unfortunate wardrobe choice, which wasn't really a choice. She got arrested. She didn't know she was going to be in court, but when you have to appear, this is not the shirt you want on.
All right, thank you. Calling case number 82-227-25370. People of the state of Michigan versus Tatiana, Deno or Deno. I apologize if I mispronounced. Counsel.
Rita White on behalf of Ms. Tatiana Marie Deno. For arraignment purposes, I have spoken with Ms. Deno and advised her of her rights and the nature of this hearing. For that purpose, she will waive formal reading and stand mute of the complaint.
The not guilty plea is entered on your client's behalf. Formal reading is waived as to bond.
Your Honor, Ms. Deno has been charged with a non-assaultive offense in which the court is aware of. She is 32 years old. She has no prior assaultive criminal history. She is unemployed. She receives Medicaid for health insurance maintenance. She does not have a CAFEUS history. She has 3 minor boys that she maintains full custody and care over. Your Honor, based on the fact that she independently indicated that her first goal and main active direction is to obtain treatment, and she would like to do that ASAP, along with being able to maintain care of her children and herself. So with that, Your Honor, we are respectfully requesting you allow her to be released on a personal bond.
Thank you, counsel. The court has heard the representation of counsel as to the community, employment, family ties of one Ms. Deno. The court would note the underlying charge is non-assaultive on its face. I do not have a prior CAFEUS history, no indication she's a flight risk. I do have a prior criminal history dating back to 2016 case for stealing and retaining a financial transaction device out of the 42nd Circuit Court, a non-assaultive felony conviction. I did read the investigator's report to help determine a reasonable bond in this case. Ms. Deno, first off, you're not to possess, purchase, use any illegally controlled substance, drugs of any kind, no marijuana. That includes marijuana. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Besides the treatment program, you stated that you want to enter. You also are to attend Narcotics Anonymous 4 times a week. Narcotics Anonymous 4 times a week.
Okay.
Court's going to give you a personal bond today, Ms. Deno.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Do not come back before this court. I'm going to remember it was a personal bond today. If you say you care about your children, you have to get back to your children. Then if you are back before me again, I'm going to remember today was a personal bond. It will not be a personal bond on the next occasion. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor, I do. Thank you.
$5,000 personal bond, $5,000 personal bond. No monies need to be released today on this particular charge. Probable cause conference February 17th in person, 9 a.m. Preliminary exam February 24th at 9 a.m. Make sure you show up for court. Make sure you get into that treatment program you told your counsel that you wanted to get into. Make sure Narcotics Anonymous is being attended to, and just stay away from, obviously, the drugs. If there's nothing further, we're all set on Deno.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. Take care, Detective.
Okay, Ms. Weston, you've been charged with theft involving property or services valued over $1,000.
All right, I got this one from Connie. There's a link to her channel in the description below as well. She's just out there.
Be a Class E felony if convicted. You've also been charged with violation of the sex offender registration form. It's just not filling out the form or providing information, I believe is what that offense is. That'd be a Class E felony if convicted. And you've been charged with identity theft. That would be a Class D felony if convicted. You understand what you're charged with?
Yes, but that identity theft, I got 2 different last names, sir.
Possible. Would you like me to read the allegations?
I mean, I'm not understanding that because I have a head injury, but that's not fair. But
Two last names and a head injury. And she wants to argue her identity theft charge here in front of the arraignment judge in jail. Okay.
him to do that to me.
Would you like me to read the allegations?
And I had on an ankle bracelet letting him know I'm not my daughter or any one of my other kids. How could that police officer even much write out a statement like that though? But other than that, you can go ahead with what's going on. And
Okay. Do you want me to read the allegations, what they're accusing you of doing?
no, sir.
Okay, you have some rights I need to go over. The first is that you have the right to remain silent. No one can force you to make any statements. Any that you make voluntarily can be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, I can appoint one for you. And you have the right to a preliminary hearing, that is a probable cause hearing, where the judge will hear the evidence against you and decide whether this case is strong enough to be bound over the grand jury for further prosecution. You understand those rights?
Yes, sir.
Would you like me to appoint an attorney to represent you? Okay, I'd ask you some questions on oath. Make sure you qualify as well as to set your bonds. So you raise your right hand and be sworn in. This is the uniform affidavit of indigency that you filled out of the jail. You swear or affirm that everything you filled out on this form, any testimony you give is true and accurate?
Correct, sir.
Thank you.
Thank
You
you,
have a
Matt.
job?
No, sir.
Any property, house, or car that you own?
No, sir.
Any other forms of income or of assets?
No, sir.
Live in Knoxville?
I'm supposed to be transferring back to Knoxville. That's the reason why the VOP is on me. I lived in Clinton, Tennessee, 141 Sunset Road, which I put that back on there because that's where I live at. That's where I was just saying before you came in, before they picked me up in Knoxville, before I was arrested. I was staying with Clinton, Tennessee. I'm still staying there, sir. But right now, I'm resident at your jailhouse right now.
Yeah, we know
I
that.
don't know what to do
We can tell by
or
the
where
background.
to go. PDOC came and told me that I had to transfer back to Knoxville. I had to have an address. My family is working on it.
Okay, I'm going to set the bond on the sex offender registration form violation at $1,000, on the identity theft at $1,500, and I'm going to ROR the theft. So
Thank you.
$2,500 total. And I'm going to set these in felony court on Monday, that's November 28th, for a bond review. So if you are unable to post these bonds, the judge can consider reducing them at that time. If you do post them, they will give you a different court date to go to when you're being released. Go to that one instead. And as soon as that's done printing out, I will get you an attorney.
Can it be the same one?
Yes. More than likely. So it looks like you are represented by Dylan Zinser in another case, and I will appoint Mr. Zinser to represent you in this one as well.
Good deal. Give me the usual.
I'm going to waive the administrative fee that's normally assessed for the appointment of counsel because it's already been assessed in a pending case. Mr. Zinser's telephone number is 450-3333. try and get a hold of him prior to your court date, which again will be on Monday. Let me see something. I think you might actually have some attachments.
Me?
Before you go on, I think you have some
that I got
attachments.
transferred here from another jurisdiction.
Okay, so you have two attachments
Speak up.
that were issued on August 12th for failure to appear in court. They were issued in a drug paraphernalia and a simple possession case, and you have a $500 appearance bond for each. You understand what's going on there? Yeah, I'm going to set those with your other cases on Monday. And that's all I have for you.
Thank you.
Okay.
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 Brianna Jones, thank you.
Oh, here we go. But I didn't plan it. The ladies are getting the brunt of it today. I'm not. It's just the way it fell out. I'm trying to get clips on a Saturday, but this one, oh, I mean, I know men are no cup of tea, but this one stands for the proposition: nobody should date anybody ever.
Calling case number 220-59416. People of the state of Michigan versus Brianna Jones. Counsel.
Good afternoon. Rita White on behalf of Brianna Jones. For arraignment purposes, she will waive formal reading.
She looks nice enough to me. I think she's cute. She behaves herself. She acts normal. She's just a little thing. But when you hear what she did, oh, good Lord.
Stand mute.
Not guilty plea is entered on your client's behalf. Formal reading is waived as to bar.
Ms. Jones is 23 years old. She represents, she has no prior criminal history. She is currently employed with Subway. She lives with a friend, no previous history. Your Honor, we are requesting, she is aware of the no contact order that will be put in place. We are requesting a personal bond.
Thank you, counsel. Court subject representation of counsel as to the community, family, employment ties of one Ms. Jones. Court would note that the underlying charges are serious. One is assaultive on his face against a person. The other one is assaultive against property. Court further notes no campus history, no criminal history. No indication she's a flight risk or a general danger to the community, other than
She's also a sandwich artist, Judge.
the allegations she's now facing. Court did read the investigation report to help determine a reasonable bond in this particular case. It appears that a brick was used by your client, smashing the vehicle of the complaining witness. And then what gives this court some additional concern is that it's
the old smashing the vehicle with the brick routine.
alleged that your client jumped in her vehicle and tried to hit him with cars, but he was able to move out the way. And she
Then try to finish the job with her own vehicle.
His vehicle instead.
Okay.
Ms. Jones, first off, you are not to possess, purchase, use any firearms or weapons while this case is ongoing until another court allows you to do so. Do you understand?
Yes.
You are to have no contact with the complaining witness in this particular case, who is Thamed Baker, Thamedbakr. You are to have no contact. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
That means nothing in writing, nothing verbally, nothing face-to-face, no contact through any form of social media, no passing messages.
I can't tell. I think that's probably a guy, though I'm not sure. I don't know who the victim is, if it's a guy or a girl, but I have a good guess as to what it's about. I think she was lower in the rotation than she was aware of, and when she found out, she wasn't happy. That's my guess. I don't know.
To a third party, family member, friend, or a stranger. No contact means exactly that. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Even if Mr. Baker reaches out to you in any form of communication, you are not to respond. If you respond back to Mr. Baker, you may find yourself in violation of these bond conditions that can be rearrested. And if you like the accommodations that you've had over the last day or so, then so be it. Violate these bond conditions and you can be rearrested. But if you do not like these bond conditions,
Yeah, I'm getting that vibe.
and I ask that you abide, I order that you abide by these bond conditions and do not respond even if he reaches out to you. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Now, this is a case that happened allegedly back in June 2021, over a year ago. I do not have any information that your client has had any other run-ins with law enforcement. Can you tell me if your client was picked up on an arrest warrant or if she turned herself in?
Your Honor, she was never made aware. As we know, the mail, internet, or whatnot didn't get to her to be aware of this warrant. So she was arrested.
We go back and forth here, and I still can't figure it out. First, this attorney does a really nice job. I watched a bit of this call today. She really does a nice job because they're just calling them left and right, and she's putting it together for all these people. But right there, she tries to argue that my client didn't have notice of it. Then the client tries to argue, hey, I turned myself in. But then we find out, yeah, she kind of turned herself in because she was picked up someplace else, which is not good for her cause. I can't tell. I can't get to the bottom of it.
All right, thank you. Of course, going to
But
enter.
actually, it appears that she did turn herself in.
I turned myself in, yeah.
All right, thank you. DDC, can you confirm that Ms. Jones turned herself in?
It just says here she was picked up in Macomb County Jail.
Yeah, I turned myself in to Warren though. I turned myself in.
Yeah, she was in the Macomb County Jail. This is Wayne County. So so when she was already popped for something else in the Macomb County Jail, she mentioned, yeah, I got a warrant in Wayne County too. I guess. Thanks for telling us that.
January 24th.
All right, thank you. So it might have been on another case and then they held her. I'm not sure, but okay, Ms. Jones, you're going to get a personal bond in this case. So no monies are going to be needed to be released today on these charges, given the fact, the age of this allegation, and I don't have any information that she's had any other interaction with law enforcement. So thus the personal bond of $5,000. Probable cause conference is February the 13th at 8:30. Preliminary exam, February 21st at 8:45. Again, February 13th and February 21st. That's in front of Judge Sabri. If there's nothing further, you're all set on Jones.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so this next one, because I saw we had some weird ones. I purposely put this in. It's Saturday night. This is the end. I wanted to end on a high note. It's not crazy. It's very short, but literally it's just a palate cleanser. Just for the proposition that sometimes these things just go smoothly. So here we go.
Hi. Hi.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. Thank
Wonderful.
you. I'm sorry?
I said wonderful.
Oh, good. All right. So, Ms. Carter, you have from Saturday, May 22nd, 2021, an old case, it looks like, but it was for no driver's license. Fine ranges $100 to $200 plus court costs. Do you want to plead not guilty today in order to have a trial or hire an attorney?
No.
How do you plead, ma'am?
I'll plead guilty so I can, see if I can get time served or.
All right.
Let me on.
Sure. I'll find you guilty. Fining court costs are $260, and you actually got transported from Potter.
Uh-huh. Yes,
Right.
ma'am. Spent 5 days in there.
Okay. All right. Yes, based on your time served, ma'am. So you do not need to come see us. You'll be done on this charge. Do you have any
Thank
other?
you.
Let me see. Is that all I have? Yep. Do you have any other questions?
No, ma'am.
All right. You may return to your pod. Thank you.
Thank you. You have a good day.
All right. You too.
Well, there you have it. Maybe the most reasonable court appearance ever that I've put on Law Talk with Mike. I I needed it. I felt a little dirty after the other ones. I needed a nice cleansing This woman's like, whatever, I did it. I don't want to plead not guilty. I know you're going to time serve me. I want out. She was pleasant as she did it. The judge was pleasant. Everything was pleasant. It was beautiful. I'm not sure if that's quite true, but thank you. Let me see here. IG or Discord is usually best. Oh. Well, thank you all for coming out. That was just a quick one on Saturday, a little Saturday quickie. I hope you all have fun. Behave yourselves. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Don't drink and drive. Don't get popped, all right? All right. I'll see y'all soon.